everybody, I'm Hub Arkush. He's Kevin Fishbain, reporting from the newsroom of the Northwest Herald for ChicagoFootball.com. And it is official, folks. The Bears might not have liked the R word, but they are rebuilding, no question about it. A flurry of moves Monday and Tuesday, and Kevin has started with Jared Allen. The Bears have parted ways with arguably the most important leader in that locker room.
Yeah, they have. Say what you will about his lack of production, but that was a very well-respected leader. That's a future Hall of Famer. That's someone that the young players really look to. And credit Jared Allen, who was the consummate pro all spring long. Took to the move, bought into Vic Fangio's defense, and obviously after 3 weeks, he and Ryan Pace both realized it'd be best for both of them to part ways.
And just to be clear, folks, there was no saving the $11.5 million roster bonus they paid in March. That was not Ryan Pace's fault. Money guaranteed by Phil Emery, one of the hangovers from the Emery regime. And yet you also look at it, you have to realize, Kevin, that it's not like they're clearing playing time for a young player. There are no young outside linebackers on this Bears roster.
No, they're not. Give Sam Acho an opportunity, Lamar Houston, who, they have more opportunities, but they don't have those edge rushers. They couldn't keep David Bass after cutting him from the 53-man roster before the season started. He would have been that guy. So, this is a big opportunity for Acho, who's here on a one-year deal. He's still only 26, so he can maybe turn this into something. But the Bears don't lose a ton on the field by losing Jared Allen.
More interestingly, perhaps more controversial, the Bears trade Jonathan Bostic to the New England Patriots. They get a 6th-round pick in return. The majority of scouts I've talked to in the roughly 18 hours since the trade, Kevin, tell me that they believe he's a better linebacking prospect than Shea McClellan. Both from the Emery regime. McClellan remains, Bostic gone. This one is one that Ryan Pace is going to be judged on.
Yeah, I think, for one thing, we didn't get a chance to really see what Bostic could do in this defense because he was always hurt since the beginning of this season. Last year, he was hurt as well. His rookie year, he was thrown into it, and he did not work in his own defense. He often talked about how much he was more comfortable at Florida when he was able to man guys up in coverage. He couldn't do it in the zone, and he had trouble with the run defense as well. But nobody can doubt he's extremely athletic, a fast-flowing run-and-hit linebacker who I'm sure Bill Belichick is going to make work in that defense.
Well, and in fairness to both Ryan Pace and John Fox, Bostic injured ever since they got here. Didn't get to see him on the field. Of course, there is tape to watch. But the other thing you have to note here, the Bears gave up a 6th-round draft choice earlier this year for Matt Wells, who is long gone. So in essence, they're getting nothing from Bostic. They're just getting back the pick that they blew on Wells.
Yeah, and they're just trying to rack up picks at this point, to get ready for the 2016 draft to see where they can move around there. And this is probably not going to be the end of trades going forward for this team. And I wonder, they're obviously at this 0-3 start. They have Jimmy Clausen, a quarterback. They're not going to make the playoffs. They obviously wanted to win those first couple games. They wanted to try to compete. And I wonder if once they learned that they couldn't, then it was time to start moving guys around.
Finally, Tuesday afternoon, the Bears release Brock Vereen. Again, the Phil Emery damage. Remember, just last year, Bears gave up 2 5th-round picks to move into the 4th. Also got a 7 from Denver to get Vereen. Pretty obvious from the beginning. There wasn't a lot there. Maybe the final blow for him was trailing Jimmy Graham by 5 yards in man coverage on Sunday.
Yeah, it wasn't a pretty look for Brock Vereen in that touchdown. And remember, he's been a guy on kickoff coverage for the Bears, and the kickoff coverage units have been a disaster. And Vereen, kind of like John Bostic, the measurables are there. He's a smart guy, but he just wasn't able to work in either Mel Tucker's defense, and obviously couldn't find a spot in Vic Fangio's defense.
NFL trade deadline 2 weeks later this year, November 3rd, 3 p.m. Chicago time. Big question now, who else will be on the move for all the coverage as quick as you can get it? Stay right where you're at 24/7 at ChicagoFootball.com.